too cold, you gon' fuck around drown. Hop this way, too hard, don't stand too cold, you gon' fuck around drown. Hop this way, going on these shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Going on these shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid.
Katt Williams has been warning everybody for years that Hollywood and the music game ain't just about fame and champagne. He swears those so-called exclusive parties are really coded initiation rituals.
Man, Mike.
I'm gonna come hug you right now. I'm coming to hug you. Big hug. Get out, we're gonna love each other.
Humiliation disguised as luxury. And now, all eyes are on Lil Baby because the way he's been moving lately, it's got folks saying Katt might have been right all along. Think about it.
They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. And look, in the wrong room. And
Baby popping out with brand new thigh tattoos, rocking a tight pink tank with a designer belt, and even pulling up his shorts on stage just to flash his legs to the crowd.
Nick, come here, come here. Is that two niggas kissing?
To the untrained eye, maybe it's just fashion. But according to Katt, this is way deeper. He calls it a ritual, a loyalty test the industry makes rappers and celebs go through if they want to keep their spot at the top.
You know, and you see things like the white party be there, and then they have Lil Baby like in a sandwich. Like they're hugging him from the front and the back.
Whether you call it initiation, humiliation, or proof of submission, Katt says it's real, period. And here's the wild part. Katt claims you can always tell when somebody's been touched by the circle. He says the vibe changes.
Talking about new thigh tattoos, a pink belt, tank top, and pulling up his shorts on stage to show off his legs. And of course,
That swagger you knew them for, it shifts into something else, like their style suddenly comes with strings attached. And after Lil Baby pulled up at that infamous all-white Hamptons bash thrown by billionaire Michael Rubin, Katt's been side-eyeing hard like, yup, they got him. So now the internet's going crazy over that viral clip of Lil Baby performing in shorts, flexing his fresh tattoos, while fans argue whether it's just a new look or evidence he just passed through Hollywood's hidden door. Don't miss the next update on this messy story. Hit that subscribe button to stay locked with Juicy Reel. Social media is in meltdown right now because Lil Baby once swore up and down he'd never get tattoos, and now he's suddenly inked up. Fans are saying the shift started the moment he began hanging with Michael Rubin, and people can't stop asking, who is this guy, and why is he always surrounded by the biggest rappers in the game? Here's the kicker. Rubin isn't a rapper, a producer, or even an A&R. He has 0 stripes in the music industry, which makes his influence in hip-hop circles extra suspicious. He's a billionaire who made his fortune in sports merch, but somehow his guest list runs like the Hall of Fame. Meek Mill, Jay-Z, Drake, Travis Scott, Lil Baby, even Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Brady chilling at his mansion parties. Katt Williams has been saying for years, billionaires with no history in the culture don't just pull up in hip-hop for fun. According to him, it's about power and control. And here's where it gets messy. The whispers about Lil Baby's initiation allegedly link back to Rubin's infamous 2023 Hamptons all-white party. First, a photo drops showing Baby sandwiched tight between Rubin and NBA player Kyle Kuzma. It blew up online so fast that even 50 Cent jumped in, posting it to his Instagram with the caption, "See, this is why I don't go to no party puffy at. What the F is going on here? Get the F off my young ninja." But just when people thought it couldn't get shadier, another picture surfaced, this time with Rubin literally hugging Baby from behind. That photo had fans screaming that something deeper was going on, and Katt's words started ringing louder than ever. Make sure you hit subscribe to Juicy Reel, 'cause the next receipts, they're even wilder. So here's where it gets even stranger. Lil Baby actually tried to laugh it off. He went on his IG stories and dropped a video of him and Ruben flying private, cracking jokes about that hug picture like it was no big deal. But according to Katt Williams, that hug wasn't some random drunk moment. It was a signal. And the message wasn't meant for us. It was for the insiders watching from the shadows. Katt has been shouting for years that these industry get-togethers aren't just parties, they're initiation ceremonies. The setup is always the same. A private room, unlimited drinks, cameras rolling at the right time, and boom. One picture or one clip that sticks to you forever. In fact, during his sit-down with Joe Rogan, Katt even described what he calls ritual tests. Moments designed to check your loyalty. And if you believe him, that's exactly what's happening behind those velvet ropes. Now, here's the twist. After those photos of Baby and Ruben went viral, Baby got defensive real quick. On Lil Yachty's podcast, he admitted the memes got under his skin so bad that he actually asked Ruben for the party's security footage. But instead of shutting people up by posting it, Baby decided to keep it tucked away. Suspicious, right? And when pressed about his bond with Ruben, Baby brushed it off, calling Ruben a super great influence. But he never explained what exactly makes him so great. Fans are left asking, influence in what way? Stick with Juicy Reel and hit that subscribe, 'cause the next receipts are about to make this story explode even louder. When Ruben was finally pressed about those viral photos of him and Lil Baby at the white party, he brushed it off like it was nothing. He called the whole thing ridiculous and claimed it was just a regular night where folks had too much to drink. But here's the thing. The way Ruben went on and on about Baby, it didn't sound like a simple defense. It sounded like he was protecting his favorite. And this isn't the first time Ruben's name got tied to rappers being caught in strange, low-key, humiliating moments. Remember that infamous clip of Meek Mill hopping like a bunny on a tennis court? Guess who made sure that got filmed and blasted online? Yup, Ruben himself. Meek later tried to clean it up, saying it was just a silly bet he lost. But come on. A black superstar bunny hopping on command while a white billionaire is laughing and recording? It didn't sit right with a lot of people. The question keeps coming back. Why do these rappers keep letting Ruben play them like this? What's really going on behind the scenes? On paper, Ruben's backstory looks squeaky clean. Born in Philly in 1972 to a Jewish family, started a ski shop at 14 using his bar mitzvah money, flipped leftover gear for $200,000, dropped out of Villanova, built a company, sold it, then launched GSI Commerce before cashing out for billions. Today, he runs Fanatics Inc., with licensing deals across the NBA, NFL, MLB, NASCAR, Formula One, even WWE. Forbes has his net worth at $10.6 billion. But here's the kicker. That's not the part you really need to be watching. The real story is how a guy with zero roots in hip-hop somehow became the gatekeeper at the most powerful parties in the culture. Subscribe to Juicy Reel now, because the next layer of this saga is about to get even darker. Look closely at the patterns, because they tell the story. Pay attention to the circle Ruben keeps and the moves he's been making. He straight up snatched the all-white party crown from Diddy. Same Hamptons vibe, same A-list faces, just a new host. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Diddy's white parties were legendary. Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Leonardo DiCaprio, all there. Now fast forward, and it's Ruben running the exact same guest list, like he inherited the throne overnight. Are we really supposed to believe Ruben just stumbled into Diddy's old Rolodex by accident? Ruben swears there's nothing shady, just successful people networking and celebrating. But even when he's talking smooth, something about him feels off. Look at his eyes in interviews. People say they give straight, soulless vibes. And then comes this bizarre clip. Ruben casually telling a story about his girlfriend getting injured at his own white party. But instead of sounding worried, he's cracking jokes like it's a comedy skit. Even weirder, he keeps calling the bathroom the boys' room. Like, why is a grown billionaire using playground lingo while describing his girlfriend getting hurt? And if that wasn't enough, he even admitted the D'Amelio sisters had an accident at his very first white party. Wait, why are all these strange accidents happening under Ruben's roof? And why does he laugh it off every time? Stay tapped in with Juicy Reel and hit subscribe because this rabbit hole with Ruben is only getting creepier. But here's where things take a darker turn. Because if you really track Ruben's parties, there's a pattern that can't be ignored. Every single year, some bizarre moment leaks out. Whether it's Lil Baby being hugged from behind, Meek Mill hopping like a bunny, or Ruben himself laughing about accidents, these clips always seem to surface just enough to embarrass the rappers. But never him. Doesn't that feel strategic? And Katt Williams has been warning about this exact playbook. He says these billionaires collect leverage. They don't just throw parties for fun. They make sure cameras are rolling so they've always got something on you. A hug here, a clip there, a rumor that won't die. All of it stacks up into silent receipts. Once you're caught on film, you're locked in. Now think about it. Why do Ruben's parties keep attracting the same rotation of stars? Drake, Jay-Z, Travis, Lil Baby, even Hollywood names like DiCaprio. It's not random. If you can keep that many powerful names in your circle, it's not just friendship, it's strategy. And when you zoom in, the ones closest to Ruben often start switching up right after. Tattoos, sudden fashion shifts, different energy on stage, like they're signaling something without saying it. So the real question isn't just why these rappers keep showing up at Ruben's mansion. It's what they might be giving up in exchange for staying invited. Because once you're in his inner circle, it looks like there's no easy way out. Stick with Juicy Reel and smash that subscribe. The next chapter in this saga might expose exactly what price gets paid at those white parties. And don't forget, these all-white parties aren't just social events. They've quietly replaced the old industry gatekeepers. Back in the day, if you wanted to level up in hip-hop, you needed Puffy's stamp. Now, it feels like Ruben holds the keys, and if you're not showing up in his circle, you're left outside the conversation. That kind of influence is dangerous, because it means one billionaire with no real ties to the culture is controlling access to the biggest stages. Fans online are already connecting dots, pointing out how certain rappers suddenly start landing deals, brand partnerships, or headline spots after being spotted with Ruben. Coincidence? Or is this the invisible price of admission? And notice how the clips that embarrass them always surface right after those deals, almost like a reminder of who's really in charge. Even 50 Cent hinted at it when he clowned Baby's photo. He wasn't just being petty. 50's been around long enough to know the rules of power. He saw it for what it looked like, and he didn't hold back. That's why fans are side-eyeing harder than ever. If someone as unbothered as 50 is calling it out, maybe there's more smoke than Ruben wants to admit. At this point, the debate isn't whether Ruben's parties are strange, it's whether they're straight-up rituals. Are these rappers actually networking? Or are they being tested, filmed, and locked into silence with receipts they can't shake off later? Stay with Juicy Reel and hit subscribe now, because the next piece might finally spill what insiders say really happens once those cameras stop rolling. Now here's where it gets chilling. People who've actually been to Ruben's parties swear the public clips are nothing compared to what happens once the cameras go dark. The whispers say there are inner rooms, sections regular guests never see, where the real initiation goes down. And if Katt Williams is right, that's where the so-called tests take place. The kind of tests that make sure you'll never bite the hand that feeds you. Think about it. Why do you think nobody ever openly calls out Ruben, even after the humiliating clips go viral? These are millionaires and megastars with plenty of power, but they all stay quiet when it comes to him. That silence speaks volumes. If you're playing in his world, you play by his rules. Or else. And here's the twist. Those who distance themselves from Ruben, they don't seem to get the same shine anymore. The festival slots dry up, the deals slow down, the features disappear. Meanwhile, the ones who stay close to him keep climbing. Drake, Meek, Baby, they're all eating good after being spotted at his mansion. That's not just networking, that's leverage in motion. Fans online are saying it straight. Ruben doesn't have to rap a bar, he doesn't have to produce a beat, yet somehow he's controlling rappers like chess pieces. And if Katt's warnings are true, that control doesn't come free. It comes with footage, rituals, and a price tag nobody wants to talk about out loud. Hit that subscribe on Juicy Reel, 'cause what's coming next might be the biggest red flag yet about who really runs hip-hop from the shadows. Here's the detail that really set the internet on fire. Ruben's very first white party went down in 2021. That means some of the influencers spotted in those photos were still teenagers, showing up at mansion parties packed with grown celebrities at hours no teen should be hanging around. And if that wasn't enough, people pointed out how Ruben's own daughter was pictured looking way too comfortable with older rappers at his events. The whole vibe left people calling it flat-out creepy. And the bigger question is this: how did Ruben even wedge his way into Hollywood and hip-hop like this? It can't just be the money. There are billionaires far richer, but you don't see them popping up in every rap circle, movie scene, and influencer feed. Ruben didn't just get invited in, it feels like he replaced someone's spot. Remember when we talked about him sliding into Diddy's lane? Well, the streets are whispering he didn't just take over the Hamptons white parties. He might have inherited the influence that came with them. Diddy's name has been tied to rumors about using parties to control people. Now that Diddy's empire is crumbling, some say Ruben swooped in and became the new gatekeeper. Whether you believe that or not, the timing lines up almost too perfectly. So now the question hangs heavy. What's really happening at Ruben's white parties? Is Lil Baby's new image just harmless self-expression? Or did he graduate into something deeper, something Katt Williams has been warning about for years? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit subscribe on Juicy Reel, because trust me, the next revelations about this story will shake the culture even harder.